your Dragons are taking the ice for Game 5 and championship hockey at the Ice Box in South Bend, Indiana. This is the championship game for the Luck of the Irish tournament we've been working for all weekend in South Bend, Indiana. Today's opponent, our opponents from Friday, Franklin Park Panthers. See if we can have a little bit better of an outcome tonight. Dragons will get the warm-ups underway and get themselves all fired up and ready to go, and we'll rip through the roster one last time for the season. All right. Number 19, Grayson Blevins. Number 11, Easton Cook. Number 84, Emmett Cook. Number 7, Braxton Courts. Number 90, Wyatt Flynn. Number 82, netminder Wesley Johnson. Number 25, Jackson McCoy. Number 33, Jet Nafziger. Number 77, Houston Richardson. Number 80, Payson Shortino. Number 40, Jonas Smith. And we're joined this weekend by number 29, Nash Moldenauer. Not rostered is number 44, Ace Archdale, and number 6, Duncan Hill. Pekin Dragons head coaching staff consists of Josh Gale, Chip Hill, and Caleb Smith. They're absent this weekend. On the bench this weekend, we've got Jake Flynn, Brian Blevins, Mr. Barry Moldenauer. Justin Cook will be our penalty box attendant for this game. And this is the last game of the season for your 10U AA Dragons. So I'll rip through the roster one final time, or rip through the sponsorship list rather, one final time here. Once again, thank you so much for everyone that sponsored Pekin Hockey and our 10U Dragons this season. And I'll go through the rest of these between the period breaks here. But Stanley Cup sponsor for the season, Laborers Local 231 out of Pekin. Laborers International Union of North America, www.illaborers.org. Hat trick sponsors for the season, Cook Construction. Construction professionals servicing the Tri-County area since 1982, www.kochconstruction.com. Schilling Masonry Inc., experienced bricklayers out of Morton. Find them on Facebook. King Tree Specialists, full-service tree care company servicing Central Illinois, www.kingtreespecialists.com. And for our Power Play sponsorships, we have Quartz Heating and Air, family-owned HVAC shop in Pekin. Find them on Facebook under Quartz Heating and Air Conditioning Inc. Growing Smiles Dentistry, Growing Smiles Dentistry, pediatric dentists in Peoria, www.growingsmilespeoria.com. And Lincoln Office, commercial furniture and design, www.lincolnoffice.com. And Mr. Kirk Nafziger, the coolest cousin ever.
Apparently there's a really nasty wreck on I-67. It's going to be shut down for water.
All right, let's go Dragons! This is Pekin Dragons 10U AA hockey for one final show for all the marbles. Like we're gonna have Shortino at center, Jonah Smith, and Wyatt Flynn on the wings. Grayson Blevins and Emmett Cook as your D-man, and Mr. Wesley Johnson in net. All right, let's go Dragons. Shortino for the face-off. Over to Jonah Smith. He'll send it over to the far side boards. Whoop, lost track of the puck there. Shortino muscles it through. Dances around the referee and a few Franklin Park people. They'll turn it around back out of the neutral zone and down into the Dragon zone. Send a shot through the crease and over to the near side. Wyatt Flynn will collect it. And he'll drag it back out to the neutral zone. Lost the puck there and dumps it into the Panther zone. Back to Emmett Cook. Well, we got a guy down here at center ice. And Wyatt Flynn had a collision with somebody there, it looks like. And Franklin Park Panthers rush it into the Dragon zone. Emmett Cook picks him off. Tries to drive him to the outside. Blevins will stop that shot in front of the net. And Franklin Park. Ooh, almost had a shot there. That was offsides. Courts will carry it up the far side boards across the neutral zone, and it'll get picked inside the blue line. Offside Dragons. 10:55 remaining in regulation. Still scoreless. Face off in the neutral zone. Shortino at center, Richardson, and Courts on the wing. Shortino muscles it in to the Franklin Park Panther zone. Nafziger drives it down in deep all the way to the back wall. Emmett Cook stops it inside the blue line. Centering pass to Richardson. Ooh, shoots it just wide, and Shortino will chase it down in the far corner. And Panthers send it all the way down. Looks like Emmett Cook might have tipped it. Nope, I guess that'll be an icing call. Face off back in the Panther zone. 10:29 remaining in the first. Still scoreless. Nafziger and Blevins on defense. Wyatt Flynn at center. Moldenauer and Easton Cook on the wings. Flynn for the face-off. They send it back to Nafziger. Whoop. Lost the puck. Sends it in back in deep. And it wraps around the back wall. Back to Blevins at the blue line, and they'll send it back in deep again. Wyatt Flynn will try to chase it down on the near side. And Panthers rush it up the near side boards. All the way down into the Dragon zone. Blevins gets there first. Sends it up the near side boards, and Easton's racing for it. Easton Cook races for it down in the Panther zone. Flynn couldn't quite hold it in there. Offside Dragons, 9:54 remaining in the first period. Shortino at center, McCoy and Smith on the wing, Emmett Cook and Grayson Blevins on defense. Shortino for the faceoff. He'll carry it into the Panther zone. Dangles around some Franklin Park Panther traffic in front of the net there. Jonah Smith bounces it off the side of the net. Brings it back around the faceoff circle. Leaves it for Grayson Blevins. Wasn't ready for it. Offside Dragons again. 9:37 remaining in the first period. Same lineup. Neck guard check, maybe. Shortino for the face-off, drives it into the Panther zone, and he'll stop the attempt to knock it back out. Shoots it, and it deflects off of a Panther over to the near side. Jonah Smith stops it on the near boards, and Shortino peeled it off. Send it on net. Save Panthers, and Shortino battles for it back in the near corner. Back to Blevins at the point. Sends a shot. And they got deflected down by the Panthers in front of their net. Panthers collect. Skated around the back of their net. Jackson McCoy's trying to chase it down. Panthers will bring it out to the neutral zone. Skated across center ice down into the Dragon zone. And it looked like Emmett Cook might have picked him off there. All the way down into the Dragon zone. Shortino peels it off the boards, sends it back around the back of the net. Jonah Smith will chase it down in the far corner. Panthers come out with it up the far side. And back to center ice we go. Shortino picks him off. Panthers come out with it. And back to Jonah Smith. Panthers try to enter the Dragon zone. Smith doesn't want to let him in. Panthers advance up to the face-off circle, send one through the crease. Blevins will chase it down on the far side. Shortino back to Blevins. Blevins skates it up the far side boards and out to the neutral zone. All the way across. Right up the slot. Sends a shot. Ooh, over the top of the net. The goaltender might have got a piece of that one. McCoy peels it off the boards. And Panthers clear the zone. Wyatt Flynn will race for it in the neutral zone. And we got a guy out front. Goal, Panthers. Dragons down by 1, 7:49 remaining in the first period. Flynn at center, Moldenauer and Courts on the wing. Emmett Cook and Jet Nefziger on defense. Wyatt Flynn forces it into the Panther zone. Center's one up. Braxton Courts will stop it. Sends it back off some Panther traffic there, and Wyatt Flynn will chase it down. Back to Nefziger at the blue line. Oop, fed it up to a Panther, and they're back out to the neutral zone. Nefziger drives him to the outside, and he'll go with him the whole way there. Emmett Cook picks the puck back up, skates it across the neutral zone and down into the Panther zone. Sends a shot. Save, Panthers! And Moldenauer goes back to meet him on the far side boards. Courts will drive it back in deep, and Wyatt Flynn will chase it down behind the Panthers net. Back to Nefziger at the point. Cross ice pass to Emmett Cook. And shot. Glove save, Panthers! 6:57 remaining in first period. Dragons down by 1. Shortino at center. Richardson and Smith on the wings. Emmett Cook and Jet Nefziger on defense. Shortino for the faceoff, drives it over to the far corner. And Smith from the far side, centers one up. And Nefziger comes back to meet him at the blue line there. Couldn't quite hold it in. And puck comes up into the neutral zone. Nefziger turns it around. And Panthers circle back across the neutral zone. Emmett Cook back to defend. He'll drive it to the far boards, and Shortino will pick it up. Sends it out to the neutral zone. And back to Emmett Cook in the neutral zone again. He'll skate it into the Panther zone. Sends a shot. Ooh, just wide and over to the near side. Richardson send one on net. Got stopped on the way by a Panther player, and he's going to skate it around the back of his net, send it over the far boards. Panthers come back out to the neutral zone. Nefziger picks him off. Sends it back to a Panther player in the neutral zone. And then Shortino will pick him off in the Dragon slot. And Emmett Cook all the way back to the blue line. Panthers hold it in. And Shortino drops it back to the far boards and swats it behind the Dragons net. Panthers get there first on the near side. Cross ice pass to a guy on the far side. And he'll send a shot through the crease and over to the near corner. And here comes Shortino. Nefziger tried to block that shot. Emmett Cook picks it up on the back wall, sends it up the far side boards. That'll be an icing call. And that's 5:20 remaining in the first period. Dragons down by 1. Have a face-off in the Dragon zone. Flynn for the face-off. Sends it back to the blue line. Panthers hold it in. Cross-ice pass. Send a shot. High over the top of the Dragons net. And Easton Cook tries to race it down. Panthers send it back to their blue line. And they couldn't hold it in. Jackson McCoy's in a foot race for it in the Panther zone. Turns it around. Back to Easton Cook. Back to Flynn. Back to McCoy. And Panthers stick it back out of the Panther zone across the neutral zone. Nafziger back to defend. Cross ice pass. And get the puck! Jeez! A delayed penalty on the Dragons. And that'll, Easton Cook will touch it up. The Dragons will be down a man for a minute 30. 4:33 remaining in the first period. Blevins will go off. Sortino at center, Flynn on the wing, Nafziger and Emmett Cook on defense. Sortino for the face-off. And he'll take it around the back of the Dragons net himself. Passes it up to Wyatt Flynn in the neutral zone, and he'll get there first. Whoa, he almost had a guy dive on his feet there. Wyatt Flynn, whoop, got taken out on the back wall there, and back up the near side it comes. Back to Emmett Cook at center ice. Up, back over to Wyatt Flynn on the far side. He almost took the referee out trying to get the puck. And Emmett Cook. Back to Nafziger in the Dragon zone. He'll send it back out to the neutral zone, looking for Sortino on the near side. Sortino send it back to the far corner, down in the Panther zone. And Emmett Cook waiting at the blue line, offside Dragons. 36 seconds remaining in the Dragons penalty kill, 3:38 remaining in the first period. Face off in the neutral zone. Sortino for the face-off, and he'll dump it back into the Panther zone. Courts is trying to race it down. Sortino picks it back up in the neutral zone again and skates it over the far side. Back to Emmett Cook on the far side, and Panthers escape their zone. Nafziger back to defend. Emmett Cook's following him, and Emmett Cook will grab it on the back wall there. Panthers come out with it. Courts knocks it back over to the far side, now to the neutral zone. And Sortino tried to pick his pocket. Panthers squeeze it back in. And McCook battling for it on the far side boards. Back up to Nash Moldenauer, and he's off to the races across the neutral zone. Down into the slot, back to Courts. Oh, shot it just wide and around the back of the Panthers net. And they'll come back out up the near side. Back to Moldenauer at center ice. Get the puck. Back to Courts again. Back to Sortino. He knows which way to go here, folks. And back to Courts. Tries to scoop it up the far boards, and the Panthers scooped it the wrong direction instead. And back to the neutral zone. Panthers knock it back into the Dragon zone. Nafziger sends it back out to the neutral zone. And Courts tries to chase it down. Sortino catches it on the blue line, and I guess that's offside. 1:55 remaining in first period. Dragons down by 1. We need to settle this down a little bit. It's getting a little messy. Blevins and Emmett Cook on defense. Flynn for the face-off. Dragons knock it into the Panther zone. Panthers skated back out. And Emmett Cook stops him at the blue line. Well, he tried to. Puck went over the far side. Save Johnson. And Emmett Cook sends it back over to the near corner. And Blevins will stop that in the slot there. Back to Jonas Smith on the near side. And then Panthers back to Smith in the neutral zone. They'll send it back down into the Panther zone. They'll chase it down in the far corner, and they'll call it icing. 1:21 remaining in the first. Face-off in the Dragon zone. Flynn at center, Richardson and Smith on the wing, Emmett Cook and Grayson Blevins on defense. Flynn for the face-off. Back to Grayson Blevins, and he'll send it up the far boards. Panthers hold it in. Panthers send a shot off the back of Emmett Cook's leg there, and Richardson will chase it down in the near corner. Panthers circle around, face-off circle, and get it out! Wyatt Flynn tries to collect it on the near side, and he does. Drags it out to the neutral zone. And they'll circle it back in to the Dragon zone. And Emmett Cook chases him all the way to the back wall. Richardson back to Emmett Cook. And back to Jonas Smith on the far side. He'll try to knock it up the boards there, and the Panthers come in offside. 35.5 seconds remaining in the first period. Dragons down by 1. Tortino at center, Flynn and Smith on the wing. And Smith battles it up the far boards, trying to get to Flynn. And he'll carry it in with some speed. Sends a shot all the way back to the back wall, and Smith will chase it down, looking to center it up with Wyatt Flynn. Back to Knapziger, and back to Jonas Smith. Centering pass, oh! And Panthers come back out to the neutral zone with it. Send it all the way down to the back wall. Knapziger will get there first. That'll be an icing call. Face off in the Panthers zone with 6.7 seconds remaining in the first period. Knapziger and Cook on defense. Shortino for the face-off. Back to Emmett Cook. Ah, gets a shot. Yeah! Goal, Dragons! Emmett Cook goal with 2.6 remaining in the first period, and we're tied at 1. Tortino for the face-off, sends it down into the Panthers zone. That's going to do it for the first period of play, folks. Dragons and Panthers tied at 1 after 1 period. All right. Let's see here. Generous donors, Jim and Sue Knapziger, John King, Mark and Sue Wells, Mike and Sandy Robertson, and Papa Rowland, Sean and Laura Garrett, and Payson's grandpa with Harper Trucking. And we have Bob Lindsay Honda, where it's more than a car, it's a Honda. Everyday low prices and a huge selection, www.boblindsayhonda.com. Agastee Construction, quality custom-built homes and remodels out of Morton. Find them at agasteeconstruction.com. Gold Fine and Bowles, personal injury attorneys with 60-plus years experience in Peoria, Bloomington, and Galesburg. Find them at goldfineandbowles.com. Just Kids Dentistry, pediatric dentists in Washington and Peoria, www.justkidsdentistry.com. And we're back for period 2. The championship game of the Luck of the Irish tournament here in South Bend, Indiana. All right. Looks like we're going to have Shortino, center, Flynn, and Smith on the wings, Knapziger and Emmett Cook on defense. This is Pekin Dragons NCAA hockey. And we're off. Shortino for the face-off. He'll chase it down, pushing it into the Panthers zone. And here come the Panthers back into the Dragon zone. Stick-on puck action from Emmett Cook. Drives it over to the near side, and Shortino steals it from the face-off circle. skates it all the way in. Got taken out at the legs there. Actually, he didn't get to skate it in. And Emmett Cook's in a foot race for it back in the Dragon zone. They'll send it up the near side. Back to Jonah Smith waiting at the blue line. He'll cross the ice pass to Shortino waiting in the slot. Got tripped. And that's a delayed penalty on the Panthers. Should be a penalty shot.
Jimmy.
All right, minute 30 penalty for number 97 on the Panthers there, and looks like Dragons power play for minute 30, 11:23 remaining in the second period. Face off in the Panthers zone. Shortino at center for the face-off. Backs it up to Emmett Cook, sends a shot from the blue line. And that bounced off a Panther player. Back to Wyatt Flynn, trying to center one up to Jonah Smith. Gets a shot. Oh, gets deflected back to the back wall. Back to Shortino. Ooh, waiting in the crease. Couldn't quite sneak it in there. And here comes Emmett Cook back in the neutral zone. Back into the Panther. Nope. Just can't enter the zone cleanly for some reason, and that's going to be an offside call. Dang it. 58 seconds remaining in the Panthers penalty there. Dragons power play. 10:51 remaining in the second period. McCoy and Easton Cook on the wings. Wyatt Flynn at center. And Dragons hold it in the zone. Panthers come up, steal it over on the near side, and Emmett Cook steals it back. Bounced off of off the post. Easton Cook had a sniff there. That went off the inside of the post and bounced back out into the blue paint. And he's trying to chase him down on the far side. Blevins from the top of the face-off circle had a funny bounce, and Panthers netminder will stop that one. 25 seconds remaining on the Dragons power play. 10:18 remaining in the second period. McCoy and Shortino on the wing. Wyatt Flynn at center for the face-off. Back to Emmett Cook. Backhand one towards the net. Shortino face it down on the near side. Chase it down on the near side. Back to Emmett Cook from the blue line. Sends a shot. Loose puck. Oh, and it's loose. No. Back to Emmett Cook at the blue line again. Another shot. Back to Shortino. Can't quite jam it in. And centering pass. Flynn. Right off of a Panther. And Panthers turn it around. Cook and Blevins back to defend. Panthers picking up some speed. And Emmett Cook knocks it back out to the neutral zone. And we got a whistle. 9:38 remaining in the second period. Dragons and Panthers tied at 1. Oh, looks like we'll have another power play here for some reason. Oh, we got 2. Gonna be 5-on-5. Blevins went back into the box, it looks like. No, it's not Blevins. Sorry. Who is that? Shortino? Pace of Shortino's in the box.
Let's go, Aiden. Tough defense. Let's go. Let's go, Bronx.
All right, Courts and Smith on the wing. Wyatt Flynn at center for the face-off. Chases it down into the Panther zone, and they'll clear it back out to the neutral zone. Blevins back to Courts. Courts tries to carry it in, and he's battling for it on the blue line. Panthers circle back, and Blevins keeps him to the outside. Knapfigger picks him off. Looking for Courts there, and Blevins back up to a guy waiting in the slot. And Dragons don't want to let him get a shot off. Back to Nafziger. Dangles around some Panther players off the far side boards, back out to the neutral zone, and Smith's in hot pursuit. Peels it back off of him. And Panthers come back into the Dragon zone again. Wyatt Flynn drives him to the outside. Near side boards there in the Dragon zone. And back to Blevins, sends it back out. Oh, well, Panthers tipped it back out. And Flynn came back at it with some speed there. He'll chase it back down and skate it across the neutral zone up the far side. And he gets tripped. And that's a delayed penalty again on the Panthers. 8:25 remaining in the second period. Dragons power play for the next minute 30. It's getting foggy in here. It's because the action's so hot. Either that or there's a gas leak and we're all about to explode. Wyatt Flynn at center. Jackson McCoy and Braxton Court's on the wing. Nafziger back to Emmett Cook. He'll send it over to the near corner, looking for Flynn. Flynn picks it up behind the back of the Panthers net, centers it up to Emmett Cook, bounces it off some Panther players. They'll kick it back out to the neutral zone. Nafziger sends it off the near side boards, looking for Flynn again on the near side. Panthers come back out with it. And Panthers enter the Dragon zone. Emmett Cook turns it around, sends it back out to the neutral zone. And Emmett Cook comes back out with it across the neutral zone. Zigs and zags through some people. McCoy came with him and he bounced it off the jock strap of a Panther player there, it looked like. And Emmett Cook, shot. Oh! Looking for a tip in there. Richardson will chase it down on the far side. Sends a shot on net, deflected by a Panther player. And Emmett Cook's going to chase that thing down in the Dragon zone. Turns it around, skates it right back across the neutral zone again. Sends a shot. Save Panthers. 19 seconds remaining in the most recent Dragons power play. 7:13 remaining in the second period. Face off in the Dragon zone, or Panther zone rather. Shortino at center. Richardson and McCoy still on the wing. Blevins and Nafziger on defense. Shortino for the face-off over to the near side. McCoy backhanded one off the side of the net. And puck goes over to the far side boards. Shortino. And back to McCoy. He's going to circle it back in. Lets it go between the stick and the feet of a Panther player there, looked like. And Shortino pick it back up in the Dragon zone. Picks up some speed, brings it over to the near side. Up the near side boards. Panthers pick his pocket. And they're back off to the races in the Dragon zone. Go Panthers.
Let's go, boys! Hey, it's all right. Get up, boys. It's 1-0. Let's go.
6:34 remaining in the second period. Moldenauer and Smith on the wings. Flynn at center, Nafziger and Blevins on defense. Flynn for the face-off. Knocks it back into the Panther zone. Backhands a shot. Kick save. And he'll chase it back down behind the Panthers net there over in the far corner. Looking to center it up. Looking for Moldenauer. Oh, just couldn't sneak it through. And back to Nafziger at the blue line. Sends a shot. Save Panthers. I'm starting to get more concerned about the gas leak comment now that I said it. I don't smell anything. Flynn for the face-off. Over to Moldenauer on the far side, and Flynn will come over to help him. He'll drag it off the far side boards, or try to, and battle for it in the far corner in the Panther zone, and he'll come out with it eventually. Wraparound attempt, no goal, and Flynn picks it back up. Looking to try to center one up. Get in front of the net! Back to Blevins at the blue line, and he'll send it off the near side back to Smith. Smith sends it over to the far side boards. And Moldenauer and Flynn will race for it. Panthers get there first. Pick it up, skate it behind the back of their net. Over to the near side. And Emmett Cook stops it in the neutral zone. And he'll battle for it on the far side. Back to Moldenauer. Back to Emmett Cook. And he'll free it up in the neutral zone. Oh, yeah. Flynn comes out of nowhere. Goal, Dragons! Wyatt Flynn ties the game. 5:08 remaining in the second period.
Good job, boys. Do it again.
Shortino at center. Easton Cook and Braxton Courts on the wing. Nefziger and Emmett Cook on defense. Shortino for the face-off. And he'll try to battle for it at center ice. Panthers bring it back. Nefziger collects it, sends it off the far boards back to Easton Cook in the neutral zone. Peels it off the wall, and Panthers recollect. And Emmett Cook back to defend. Courts back to defend. Save Johnson! Back to Nefziger. And he'll scoop it up to Shortino. Cross neutral zone, all the way down in the slot. Yeah, just couldn't get the backhand to connect there. Got it shot just wide. He's laying on the back of the net. Panthers bring it back out to the neutral zone. Emmett Cook back to defend. And save Johnson. Woo-wee! 4:23 remaining in the second period.
Let's go, boys. Set it up. Let's go.
Shortino at center. Flynn and Smith on the wing. Nefziger and Blevins on defense. Shortino for the face-off. Tries to get over to Smith. Panthers come out up the slot with it. Try to backhand one, and it goes wide. Nefziger picks it up on the back wall. Skates it around some Panther traffic. Passes it over to Flynn. Flynn dangles through some traffic there. Shortino helps him out. Skates it in up the near side. And he'll cut in. Ah! Loose puck. Panthers come back for it. Nefziger tries to chase him down. And Smith picked him off. Save Johnson. Nefziger peels it out of the crease. Back to Shortino, waiting at the blue line, and he's going to bring her back down to the Panther zone. Stops. Cross ice pass, looking for Flynn in the slot, and here comes the Panthers again. Nefziger and Blevins back to defend. And goal, Panthers! 3:25 remaining in the second period. Dragons down by 1. A lot of game left, folks. Flynn at center. Richardson is the lone winger here. Looks like Shortino will come back out. Nefziger and Cook on defense. Flynn for the face-off. And the Panthers come out with it. Nefziger tries to stick it away from him there. Save Johnson! Nefziger grabs it. Turns it around in the face-off circle, feeds it up, looking for Flynn in the neutral zone. And Panthers circle back around. They'll shoot it wide behind the back of the Dragons net there. Shortino stops him on the back wall. And Richardson back to help him. Nafziger back to help him. Richardson stops it in front of the net, and here comes Emmett Cook. All the way back out to the neutral zone. Passes it over to Flynn. And Panthers circle back.
Go, Houston.
Shortino picks the pocket, serves it back up into the neutral zone, and here comes Flynn sneaking up behind him. Drives it in deep, all the way to the back wall.
What are you doing? Go get the ball! Get the ball!
What? Flynn gonna chase it down. All the way to the back wall. And Panthers come out with it. And Cook slows him down in the neutral zone. Back out to the neutral zone it comes. Panthers serve it in deep, all the way to the back wall. Nafziger will get there first, skates it around the back of the Dragons net. Off the far side boards, looking for Flynn at the top of the zone. Cross ice pass to Richardson, and he'll drive it into the Panthers zone. Stops it at the blue line. No, he doesn't. Here come the Panthers. Save Johnson! 1:29 remaining in the second period. Jets been on the ice like the whole period, I think. Close to it. Seems like it. I don't know. Smith at center. Courts and McCoy on the wing from the face-off. And Emmett Cook stops that in front of the slot there, and he'll kick it back out to the neutral zone off his shin pad. And he's in hot pursuit. Back to McCoy. McCoy. Oh. Back to Emmett Cook again. Oh. Stand on the shot. Here come the Panthers. Back up the slot. All the way to the back wall. And save Johnson. He'll kick that back to the back wall. Blevins serves it up the far side boards, looking for McCoy. And McCoy across the neutral zone. Cross ice pass to Courts, couldn't connect. And here come the Panthers. They'll pick it up on the near side, send it up the near side board. Smith will stop that one. McCoy comes over to help him. And Panthers advance to the neutral zone. Recollect the puck. Back over to the near side. And Levin's getting his stick held. Save Johnson. Back to McCoy on the far side. What? 5.1 remaining in the second period of play. Dragons down by 1. Face off in the neutral zone. Shortino for the face-off. Chases it down the Panthers zone, or tries to. And that's going to do it for the second period of regulation, folks. All right, where did we leave off? Hey, if you're looking for a Land Rover Peoria, Land Rover dealership located in Peoria, www.landroverpeoria.net. Mackinac IGA, friendly neighborhood store for groceries and more. Stop in and tell them the Pekin 10U AA Dragons sent you. Next thing, Smoking Band, Smoking Hot Country Band from Morton. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or your local music venue. 923 and Company, clothing store located in Pekin. Find them on Facebook under the 923 Co. Rowland Heating and Cooling, HVAC services out of Morton, 309-256-3857. Royal Realty, real estate company. You can find them on Facebook under the Royal Realty Company, Illinois. Paul Wedding Services, when you want to include your pet in your wedding day, check them out at www.pawweddingservices.com. Skin Deep Beauty, specializing in Botox, filler, and vitamin infusions, located in Salon Lush and Morton. Find them on Facebook under Skin Deep Beauty. And Stoops Plumbing, the greatest plumbers in the world, specializing in commercial and industrial projects across Illinois. www.stoopsplumbing.com. Don't forget about Cook & Sons Auto Body. Contact them for all your collision repair needs. 309-353-7971. They're in Pekin. And then Flynn's automotive repair shop, located in Pekin. 309-840-8907. All right, here we go. Period 3 starts now. Shortino at center. Flynn and Smith, or Flynn and Moldenauer on the wing. Nafziger and Emmett Cook on defense. Flynn for the face-off, Shortino for the face-off. Flynn drags it into the Panther zone, sends it in deep, and he'll go chase it down on the back wall. Shortino helps him out on the near side, and Panthers come out with it. Nafziger tries to hold it in. Panthers skate around him. Moldenauer's racing back for him, driving him to the outside. And Cook will stop that shot. Back to Nafziger, and he'll send it back up to the top of the zone there, and Panthers hold it in. Cook sends it back over the near side. Nafziger tries to drag it back up, and Shortino comes back to help him. And Flynn tries to chase it down in the neutral zone. 11-12 remaining in regulation. Face off in the neutral zone. Dragons down by 1. Shortino for the face-off. He'll chase it down. Trying to get around back of Jonas Smith there. He'll send it back to the back wall, and he'll chase it back down again. Back to Blevins at the blue line. Sends a shot. And loose puck. Save Panthers. Smith holds it in. Back to Shortino on the far side, and he'll dangle around a Panther player. Going to the net. Goal, Dragons! Shortino goal! Ties the game again. 10:40 remaining in regulation. Hopefully he's okay.
Good hustle, Mason. Keep going.
Blevins and Emmett Cook on defense. Shortino at center. McCoy and Smith on the wing. Shortino for the face-off. Sends it across the neutral zone. And Panthers trying to get it across the neutral zone there. Emmett Cook collects it in the Dragon zone and drags it across the neutral zone. Passing up to Shortino. Jonas Smith backhands one on net. Save. Panthers. Point blank shot from Shortino. Nobody knows where the puck is, and the Panthers find it first. Coming back out to the neutral zone, Emmett Cook, and Grayson Blevins back to defend. Cook tries to drive him to the outside, and shot goes through the crease and over to the near side. Panthers center one up in the slot, send a shot, just wide of the net. And Blevins. Back to point blank shot. Glove down by Johnson. 9:42 remaining in regulation. Dragons and Panthers tied at 3.
Let's go, Panthers!
Wyatt Flynn at center. What are we doing? Flynn for the face-off, and he'll peel it out, send it to the far corner. And Panthers advance towards the net, and go get it! And Blevins picks him off in the near corner, sends it back up to Flynn. Lost track of the puck there. Panthers collect it. Back to Blevins. They'll send it off the near side. Flynn will stick it down. And back to Braxton Courts. He'll carry it in. Got his stick lifted there. And Panthers circle it back around to the neutral zone. Emmett Cook sends it back up the far side. And tries to chase it in. Oh, he almost got back on, but not quite. Offside Dragons. 8:57 remaining. In regulation. Face off in the neutral zone. I really think we might be breathing something in here we shouldn't be. From the face-off, puck goes to the back wall. Emmett Cook's in a foot race for it, back in the Dragon zone. Nafziger peels it off the boards, trying to battle with some Panther players. Shortino scrapes it up to the near side and down into the Panther zone. Flynn picks the pocket. Oh! Panthers knock it back. And Panthers send it off the near side. Shortino will collect it and advance back into the neutral zone. And Wyatt Flynn, he'll take over from here. Sends a shot. Deflected through the skates of some Panthers there. And back to Shortino. Dangles through all of the Panthers. Back to the blue line. Oh, Nafziger just can't quite hold it in, and he'll race for it. Back in the Dragon zone. Get the puck! Get it on your stick and go! Nafziger and Blevins on defense. Shortino at center. Smith and Moldenauer on the wings. Panthers advance into the Dragon zone. Moldenauer sneaks it out. And Panthers circle it back around up the neutral zone. Advance into the Dragon zone. Blevins tries to drive him to the outside. And back to Moldenauer. He'll zig and zag through some Panther traffic. And Payson, Shortino picks up the puck, skates it across center ice, down into the Panther zone. Glove or stick save by the goaltender. Keep it in. .05 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 1.
Let's go, Panthers! Let's go, Dragon! Let's do it again!
Flint center, McCoy and Easton Cook on the wing. Blevins and Emmett Cook on defense from the face-off. Flynn drives the puck into the Panthers zone. Panthers bring it back out. And we got a Panther entering the Dragon zone right up the slot there. And Emmett Cook says no. Blevins says no. Stick save. He'll poke check that out of the way. Emmett Cook. And Wyatt Flynn drive it to the near side. Oh, I can't. I really overbeat these guys. Back to McCoy. McCoy chases it down in the neutral zone. Puck must have got stuck on the board there or something. I don't know. And Blevins drives it down in deep to the Panthers zone. Panthers get there first. Here comes McCoy and Shortino and Flynn. Back to Blevins. Sends a shot. Wide of the net. Shortino chases it down on the back wall. Looking to center it up for McCoy. And Panthers back out to the neutral zone. Blevins and Cook back to defend. Oh my gosh. And Emmett Cook collects the puck in the Dragon zone. Skates it across the neutral zone. All around some Panther traffic. Fires it. Glove save, Panthers. 5:25 remaining in regulation, and it's not over yet, folks. Shortino for the face-off, tries to feed it back to Nafziger at the blue line, back to Shortino, and back to Courts, and back over to the far side where Emmett Cook's gonna fire it through all of Panther traffic. Panthers, go! Nafziger collects, stops at the back wall, get it out! Flynn carries it through the neutral zone up the far side. And Shortino picks that pocket. Back across the center ice there, looking for Flynn. Back to Nafziger. And we got a whistle.
Let's capitalize, boys. Let's go.
Another Dragons power play. 4:39 remaining in regulation, and we need to do something here. Down there. Wake up, dude. Go. Shortino for the face-off. And chase it down on the near side. Panthers collect. Send it off the far side boards. Back to Blevins at the blue line. Sends a shot off of a Panther player in front of the net. And Panthers advance. Nafziger and Blevins back to defend. Go get it! Back to Blevins. Off the near side. Back to Shortino. And back to Flynn. Nope. Back to the Panthers. Okay. And they'll enter back into the Dragon zone. Flynn drives it back out. Offside? Offside. 43 seconds remaining in the Dragons power play. 3:52 remaining in regulation. Let's go!
Let's go, Nash.
Shortino for the face-off. Panthers win that one. And up to the near side. Going back into the Dragon zone. Back to Smith on the far side. Back to Blevins. He'll feed it back out. Looking for Shortino at the top of the neutral zone. Here comes Smith up the far side and into the Panther zone. Feeds it up to some Panthers there, and they'll turn it back around. Emmett Cook tries to pick him off there, and he'll turn it around. Go! Emmett Cook back across the neutral zone up the near side, and stop it at the, oh, back to Moldenauer. Oh, back to Emmett Cook almost. Panthers pick it back up. Both teams back to full strength. I don't think we really had a power play there, even though we did. And Blevins swats it out of the crease. Moldenauer sends it back to the neutral zone. 2:45 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 1. Back to Blevins. He'll carry it up the, no he won't. And Panthers come out with it off the far side. Send a shot. Save Johnson! Panthers hold it into the zone. And Shortino. Offside Panthers, I believe. Timeout, I think. So I think the YouTube channel here has got 258 subscribers now. This is my third full season of doing this. This will be the last one of this season, aside from the movie that we're in the process of making, end of season movie like we've been doing the last couple years. I think we've got almost 26,500 lifetime views on the channel since it started. Probably have over 27,000 by the end of the weekend here. 5,000 hours of watch time, I think it said in my my app. So thanks to everybody for watching over the last few years and keeping track. It's been really fun doing this, and I enjoy it. I hope it shows. So thanks for watching, folks. Two minutes and 18 seconds remaining in regulation, and the Dragons are down by 1. We're going to have a face-off here in the neutral zone. All right, let's go Dragons! 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Singer and Emmett Cook on defense. Moldenauer and Flynn on the wing. Shortino at center. Shortino for the faceoff. And Panthers try to advance it in, but they can't. Wyatt Flynn drags it up the near side boards deep into the Panthers zone. Circles it around the back wall. Wraparound attempt. Try to center it up to Moldenauer. And back to net. Ooh, crap. Go! Puck rolls to the near side boards. Nafziger tries to drive it up the near side. Loose puck in the slot. Panthers collect. And back to Emmett Cook. Emmett Cook tried to free it up. Back to Shortino. Panthers hold it in. Fire it off Wyatt Flynn's face mask there. Here comes Emmett Cook across the neutral zone. It's taken down to his knees, and he'll stick it in deep. Back to Wyatt Flynn. Back to Emmett Cook. And Panthers clear the zone. Nafziger will race back for it. That's an icing call. 1:14 remaining in regulation. Dragons down by 1. Face off in the Panthers zone. Empty net Dragons. Got McCoy. Nope. We got Panthers clear the zone. Emmett Cook races back for it, and he'll drive it in up the far side. Sends a shot. Glove save, Panthers. 1:02 remaining in regulation. Shortino for the faceoff. Drives it into the back wall. Panthers send it down, and Nafziger stops it at the blue line. Back into the neutral zone. He'll drive it in deep. Go get it! Panthers clear the zone. Go! Back off the near side from Nafziger, looking for Shortino, and he finds him. Back to Courts. Back to Emmett Cook. Sends a shot. And save, Panthers. And Smith tries to center one up. Panthers collect. He'll race it back down on the near side. Back to Nafziger. Battling for it on the near side boards. Back to Flynn. And puck goes down all the way, but not far enough for icing. And Emmett Cook left it behind. Nafziger kicked it out of the way. And here comes undercut. Shoot! All right. Dragons collect second place in the Luck of the Irish tournament. It's our final game of the 2024-2025 hockey season. On behalf of Pekin 10 UAA Dragons, thanks again for watching, folks. Thanks to everybody that sponsored, everybody that volunteered, everybody that coached.
Nice job, Panthers!
Dragons and Panthers line up at center ice for the final celebratory fist bump of the 2024-2025 hockey season. Once again, I'm 33's daddy. Thanks for watching, folks. Let's go, Dragons!